Max Roach, Max Roach, Max Roach. I'm Ron Drodos from keyboardimprov.com. Welcome to our journey through the real book, number 79. And I'm not just rambling Max Roach's name for no reason. The tune Daahoud by Clifford Brown was recorded for the Clifford Brown Max Roach Quintet in 1954. And the reason I was thinking about Max Roach so much when I started this video is because I was fortunate enough to get to know him a little bit when I was in college in the 80s. During the summers, I would go to a jazz program at the University of Massachusetts for a few weeks each July called Jazz in July to study with my teacher, Billy Taylor. And Max Roach was there. He was a faculty member at UMass at that time, and he would hang out there for the 2 weeks in the summer, do some performing and leading an ensemble. And I was really lucky, I can't say, I hung out with him all the time, but he got to know me a little bit. I got to know him. He would recognize me if I came to see him in concerts and went backstage. Very nice to me. And in one memorable moment, I had done an arrangement of Dolphin Dance by Herbie Hancock, and I needed a jazz group with a trio plus 3 horns, 2 saxes and trumpet to record it for me. And the director of the program, Fred Tillis, said, bring it to Max Roach's group and tell him I sent you. So I walked in, and I had my little cassette recorder and my charts, and I had to kind of interrupt the rehearsal, but at that time I was pretty fearless and I would do anything. So I waited until they finished the tune and I said, excuse me, Max, Fred Tillis told me to come down and give this and that your group would record it. And I'll never forget it because Max was a combination of really friendly, at least to me, but also a little bit old school, sort of school of hard knocks. So he goes, okay, he looks at the chart, he goes, okay, this looks good. We're going to do it like the professionals do it. You get 1 take, and if they play it well, you got a great take. If they don't, we're moving on with our rehearsals. I said, okay, that's great. So I passed it out. But then he did something really nice, a little unnecessary, but very nice. He took my little cassette recorder that we used to have at that time, and he pushed record and play, and he held it up the whole time. And it was about an 8-minute chart. He just held it there, strong arms from playing drums, and he held it there. So on that tape of his group, the group he was coaching, record my version of Dolphin Dance, I have his voice saying, okay, here we go. And it was great, So he was very nice, but also a little old school hard knocks there. But I learned a lot. The reason I told that story is because I want to encourage you to, if you haven't already, whatever musicians you admire, get to know them a little bit. Go backstage, say hi to them. If they give clinics or workshops, take those workshops. Go see them backstage 3 or 4 times if you have any connection with them. I remember when Wynton Marsalis first got famous. He was pretty young, in his 20s, I guess. But we had a mutual teacher, Hale Smith, who had taught us both. So I went backstage. I said, hey, I'm Ron Drodos, Hale Smith's my teacher. And he's like, hey, Hale, So whenever I saw him for a couple of years after that, he kind of remembered me, we get to talk. And I'd say, oh, I like that tune on your new album. And remember, it's just a good way to get a little bit of that connection with greatness. And so when I play a tune like Daahoud, I think of Max Roach. This is recorded in 1954, the beginning, and Max did something very generous here too. He had struck out on his own as a leader. He played with Charlie Parker. He was already one of the best known bebop drummers, and he got his own record contract. And instead of having it the Max Roach group, he took this unknown at the time trumpet player, Clifford Brown, and he said, let's co-lead this group, the Clifford Brown Max Roach Quintet. And they're legendary. It's a wonderful, wonderful album. And Daahoud is one of the great statements of sort of later bebop, maybe the beginnings of post-bop. And it's wonderful because the opening lick has that arpeggio. It's a G major 7 sharp 5 chord, or you could see as an extension, I guess, better known as E minor 7th, with a major 7th, E minor with a major 7th and a 9th. So it has this circling that's circling the root, which is really common in bebop. And then using that to propel the rest of the line. And you can really learn a lot That's what Billy Taylor taught me too. Learn bebop by looking at these melodies because they contain all the rhythmic and harmonic language of bebop and melodic language. So here we go, just going to jump into it. It's got a 3-bar drum fill at the end. What do you do without a drummer? Well, I've been kind of experimenting with these little flourishes. Not sure exactly how I'm going to handle it when I get there, but you could also do a something like that. I don't know. Play drums. All right, here we go. That was interesting. You know, I've never played that and slowed down like that before. But it just seemed, maybe it was a way to sort of deal with that drum fill in a very pianistic way. But that's really what it's about. It's about just a constant search, a constant exploration, trying new things, seeing how you want to play tunes. You can't do that in a band necessarily, right? Everybody's sort of gonna keep going while you try to slow down. But when you're playing solo piano, you can try those things. Have fun with this. It's a great tune. Not one of the maybe top 5 bebop tunes you'll play, but soon after that, check it out. If you want piano lessons, I teach on Skype. At Keyboard Improv, we've got over about 370 video lessons at this point, and they're well sequenced. They'll take you from point A to point B, and I'd love to help you with personal guidance any way I can. Thanks for being here, and then I'll see you in the next video. Old Rogers and Hartoon, Dancing on the Ceiling. Good luck with your playing.